Hey, what's up, y'all? So I decided to factor the polynomial 12x squared plus 23x plus 10, and I decided to factor this using the grouping method. So the first step to factoring by grouping is to multiply your leading coefficient by your constant. So multiply the first number by the last number, which in this case is 12 times 10, which gives you 120. And your next step is to find two numbers that add to give you 23 and multiply to give you 120, which in this case is 8 and 15. So we're not changing the value of the polynomial, we're just adding another term, so it now changes to 12x squared plus 8x plus 15x plus 10. And the next step to the grouping method is to look at the first two terms, 12x squared plus 8x, and you want to find the greatest common factor and factor it out. So the greatest common factor is 4x, and then 12x squared divided by 4x is 3x, 8x divided by 4x is 2, so you're left with 4x times 3x plus 2. The next step is to look at your next two terms and do the exact same thing. Find the greatest common factor, which is, in this case, 5. 15x divided by 5 is 3x, and 10 divided by 5 is 2. And now you're left with this expression. Now, if the two terms in the parentheses are the same, then you're on the right track. So the next step to factoring by grouping is to take the two numbers outside the parentheses and put them in their own, and then multiply it by the numbers already in the parentheses. So in this case, it would be 4x plus 5 times 3x plus 2. And next, all you want to do, you're almost done, you just gotta set both expressions to 0. So 4x plus 5 equals 0 turns to 4x equals negative 5. Divide both sides by 4, you get negative 5/4. And 3x plus 2 equals 0 becomes 3x equals negative 2, divided by 3, and you get negative 2/3. So the zeros, or the solutions to this polynomial, are negative 5/4 and negative 2/3. And a quick way to check your work to make sure you're right, just type the polynomial into Desmos, check your zeros, and you see they're correct, hopefully, and yeah, you're done.